these 12 condoms. Deal with 12 men. They say your wealth will begin with their fall, but be warned. This belief comes with consequences.
In the heart of the dusty town of Utani village lived a girl named Iredire. She was unlike the village maidens known for their brown skin and the way they look. Iredire was a beautiful girl. But what confused people the most was her figure. She had a type of curvy, exaggerated body that resembled women who had done BBL and Lagos. Massive hips, thick thighs, tiny waist. Yet, Iredire was poor and smells like smoke all the time. People often joked, "Na BBL wey Miss Road enter bush." But what made villagers talk even more was her body. Strangely sculpted, like a clay figure made in haste. She had hips that swung as though her bonds had forgotten how to align with her spine, and a backside that made passers-by pause, not in admiration, but confusion. Some swore she looked like someone who had done BBL in the city and forgot to finish the healing process. The men in the village market would chuckle under their breath. Women whispered and warned their daughters, "Don't let your spirit be as crooked as Iredire's back." She sold roasted corn by the roadside, her hands always stained with charcoal and her clothes reeking of smoke. Each day, she sat beneath a shriveled mango tree, fanning the flames of her small grill and watching life pass her by. Every day under the hot sun, with her charcoal-blackened fingers, she flipped corn and tried to smile at customers who barely looked her in the eye. Some would buy and walk away quickly. Others would laugh and say, "This one no go marry you." The insults, the mockery, they never stopped. But what hurt more than words was hunger. She could barely feed herself, let alone save. Since the tragic day her parents and 2 younger siblings were wiped away in a motor accident on their way to visit a sick uncle in Ilorin, Iredire's life had collapsed like soaked gari. She had no one, nothing, just the firewood she carried every morning and the tray of corn that earned her barely enough to eat. Every night she lay on her raffia mat and cried quietly, staring at the zinc roof, wondering if the God she heard about in church had simply forgotten her. But one day, she sat under the mango tree behind her thatched room and muttered to herself, "This life no balance. I cannot continue like this." She had seen too much suffering. Too many people living soft life on Instagram, buying wigs, flying to Dubai, popping champagne. She too wanted to be a baddie, even just once. So she made up her mind. She needed power, wealth, and if God no grace answer her, she would try another route. That same week, she took a long walk through the bush path to meet Baba Agui, the feared Babalao who lived near the edge of the forest. People said he could change a person's destiny for good or for ruin. When Iredire reached his compound, dogs barked and the smell of herbs and blood filled the air. Baba Agui sat cross-legged, his face covered in white chalk, cowries dangling from his neck. "My daughter," he said without looking up, "you don't suffer." Tears filled Iredire's eyes. "Baba, I'm tired. I want to be rich. I want to live like those girls in movies. I don't care how. Just make it happen." The man stared into his calabash of water and nodded slowly. "You are ready." He disappeared into his hut and returned with a small black pouch.